The following program was produced by CTV Community Television.
Good evening. I'd like to call the regular Board of Education meeting for December 15th, 2025 for East China School District to order. Can we please stand for a moment of silence and a pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, items of interest, recognition, and inquiry. Board members?
Have a great Christmas, kids. Enjoy the break. Be safe and have fun.
Suzanne?
Same. I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I can't believe it's going to be 2026. And I also want to mention that at 7 o'clock tonight, next door at the PAC, the Marine City Bands will be doing their holiday extravaganza, and it's the first time that the middle school and high school bands are together. So if you're looking for a reason to get into the holiday spirit, step over to the PAC at 7 o'clock tonight.
All right, the next and best portion of the meeting, Academic Spotlight. Pine River Elementary, Rachel Card, Reading, Instruction, and Learning.
I'm gonna actually put this out here.
Rachel, would it help if we line up here so they can be seen a little bit better?
They're gonna be teaching you.
Oh,
So you need to be
all right.
really
Do we need to
attentive
take
and
notes?
listen because they give instructions. And
Oh, okay.
So we're kind of, will that work for all of you teachers? Good? Sunny, do you want to present here or here? There. Okay. And this microphone will work too. All right. Good evening, Superintendent Sybula, President Westrick, and members of the board. Tonight, our pioneers are going to share what reading instruction looks like at Pine River. With Michigan's new K-12 early literacy and dyslexia law, which brings important shifts in how districts support early literacy, you're going to find that our district is well positioned for a smooth and intentional implementation. You'll hear directly from our students about the work they do every day and how our structured literacy approach grounded in the science of reading is helping them become strong and confident readers. Tonight, our students are going to step into the role of teachers, and we can't wait for you to learn from them.
The science of reading is research on how the brain learns to read. It tells us that students learn best when instruction is clear, explicit, and systematic. At Pine River, our teachers focus on 5 key areas: phonological awareness, which is hearing and working with sounds and words; phonics, which is connecting letters to sounds; fluency, which is reading accurately and smoothly; vocabulary, which is understanding and using new words; comprehension, which is making meaning from text. By following this approach, our teachers ensure every student receives the tools and practice they need to grow as readers.
Teachers use Scarborough's reading rope to guide their instruction. It shows how skilled reading is built from 2 major strands: word recognition, phonemic awareness, phonics and automatic word reading, and language comprehension, vocabulary, background knowledge, and understanding text. Our teachers assess students all across the parts of the rope throughout the year. Younger students and those who need support in the lower strands receive targeted phonics instruction to build accuracy and confidence. At the same time, all students build up through the upper strands through vocabulary work, rich discussions, and comprehension strategies. The reading rope also helps families understand that reading is more than a single level or score. Rather, it is a combination of skills working together.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm in kindergarten. Every single morning, kindergarten students do Haggerty. Haggerty helps us listen to the sounds and words. In Open Court, it also helps us listen to the sounds and words to help us read. want to learn a Haggerty game with me? We're gonna chop a word and you put it together. Blend it. We're gonna change this to blend it. Great job, everybody.
Hi, I'm Sylvia and I'm in first grade. We are learning to be strong decoders. Every day we read decodable books that match the phonics we're learning. We practice blending sounds, reading smoothly, and making sure it makes sense. Our teachers also show us what to do when we get stuck on a hard word. Let's try one together. Gather. If I say ape, you say scrape. Now watch what happens with a magic E. Ape.
Scrape.
That's what we practice every day.
Hi, I'm Clara. I'm in second grade. We are working on fluency and vocabulary. Every day we learn new words and talk about what they mean. We also practice reading with expression. Our teachers used to use fly in small groups. We read word change and change just one sound at a time. We also do literature circles and book buddies where we read and talk about books to help us understand them better. Now, let's practice fluency. I want everyone to read the passage in blue box in your head while time you for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, start.
Music class is the best because we get to sing. There's no secret.
Time's up. Remember how far you got? Okay, let's try again. See if you improved your fluency. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, start.
Music class is the best because we get to sing. There's no secret.
Time's up. I sure hope you improved.
Hi, I'm Brooke and I'm in third grade. This year we're still practicing reading words, but we're working even more on understanding what we read. Last year I practiced fluency with Mrs. Colts and now I feel more confident reading longer texts. We learned strategies like predicting, finding the main idea, and summarizing. In my class, I would stick a post-it note right where I had a thought so I can keep track of my thinking. You can try one of our strategies tonight. I'll read a sentence and you make a prediction. Sam tiptoed into the living room on his mom's birthday, holding something behind his back. What do you think he might be holding? Good job. Those are all great ideas. Hi, I'm Grayson, and I'm in fourth grade. We use everything we've learned about reading to help us think deeply. We analyze characters, themes, and nonfiction ideas. We write more, discuss more, and explain our thinking with evidence. Our teachers also work together to make sure each of us gets exactly what we need. Some students might work with their classroom teacher, Mrs. Colt, or the resource room teachers for extra support or extension. Let's try making an inference. If I tell you, Jack stood on the pitcher's mound bouncing the baseball in his hand. He kept glancing toward the dugout and twisting his cap. He swallowed hard when the next batter came out and took a deep breath. What can you infer?
He was nervous. Good batter.
Those are all great guesses. Hello, I'm Sunny, and I'm in fifth grade. Fifth grade gets us ready for middle school. We read more complex texts and talk about big ideas like fairness, innovation, and problem solving. We work in book clubs and sometimes we use technology to share our thinking. 15 of us are even in a book club with Dr. Card during wind time. Let's try finding a theme. If a story shows a character failing at first but trying again until they succeed, a possible theme could be
Don't give up. Perseverance.
perseverance. Great job.
All the teachers at Pine River and across the Eastern School District use a stricter literacy approach. That means we learn reading in a way that is clear, step by step, and based on how the brain learns. Across the grades, students practice phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension every single day. These pieces work together to make us strong readers.
And it works with yourselves getting more confident and better at reading. Reading helps us in all other subjects, even math. We're proud of how much we've grown, and our teachers are proud of us too.
Something new that we have started is book buddies. Classes have partnered up together. Kindergarten and third grade, first grade and fourth grade, and second grade and fifth. We meet at least once a month with older students modeling and reading fluency and confidence, and younger students practicing foundational skills in decoding.
So as our amazing students just shared, every child at Pine River follows their own learning pathway. Our MTSS system is how we support each of those paths. We start with strong, consistent Tier 1 instruction for all students, and we use data to determine who may need additional Tier 2 or Tier 3 support.
Our Tier 1 instruction is grounded in structured literacy through high-quality programs like Open Court Reading and Heggerty. For students who need more targeted practice, we use intervention programs such as UFly Foundations, Corrective Reading, and Reading Mastery. Our teachers then bring in the art of teaching. Book clubs, book buddies, literature connections, writing extensions, and small group lessons during WIN time. This blend of research-based programs and teacher expertise allows us to personalize learning in meaningful ways. During WIN time, students work in flexible groups that adjust throughout the year, ensuring each child receives exactly what they need, whether that's enrichment, targeted intervention, or resource room support. This responsive approach is what helps every pioneer grow, succeed, and progress at the pace that's right for them.
I just want to say I'm very proud of my students and teachers and the work they're doing. Do you have any questions?
They were awesome.
No, I think their public communication skills are excellent. So, nice work, everybody. It was great to see.
Thank you. On the agenda is the consent agenda, approval of minutes, regular Board of Education meeting, November 17th, 2025, approval of payments and bills, financial statement, and schedule of investments. A motion is needed, please.
So moved. Support.
Are there any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Departmental reports.
Good evening. Can't believe it, but we're already preparing for the class of 2039. So we will be holding, yeah, hard to believe. We will be holding kindergarten and Young 5 registration nights the week of March 9th. And more information and details will be available after Christmas break. But I want everyone to know that the packets will be available at local elementary schools, preschools, and on our website, of course. And then we will get the dates out with the particular schools and times after break. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I just wanted to let everybody know that we had a very successful visit by our 8th graders throughout the district over to the Innovation Center. at the beginning of the month. Thank you to the counselors and the principals at both buildings, and Mrs. Kate Volpe, who helped to coordinate some of the things that the students did while they were here. We paired it up with a visit to the PAC, with the play over there, and it was a very positive experience for our 288th graders, many of which will one day probably be in the Innovation Center in some way, shape, or form. So I just wanted to update everybody on that, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Just wishing everyone a Merry Christmas from the business office. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm just wanting to update you from the Special Education Department. We're working on processes for our assistive technology and also for least restrictive environment for all of our students in East China School District that receive special education services. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Just want you to know the operations staff is working very hard to keep the heating systems running for all the buildings right now.
I have no news, but just say Merry Christmas, everybody.
Good evening. That leaves me a little extra time. Thank you. If you just indulge me for a second, I want to provide a little context with what I'm about to share with you. When I first started with the district in 2022, I followed the Office of School Safety recommendations for best practices on how to conduct safety and security throughout our district. One of the very first things we did was risk and vulnerability assessments for all the buildings in our district. And what those are a look at the physical security of our buildings from kind of on a bullseye approach from the outside, the grounds. We work our way into the actual building itself, and then in the interior of the building. I engaged with the with the St. Clair County Office of Emergency Management to do those for us, and we will be doing those again because they recommend them to be done every 3 years. So I've got 2 dates in January scheduled for we'll do our secondary campuses first, and then we'll move on and conduct the rest of throughout the remainder of the school year. So thank you and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. All right, our next item, information and discussion items, FOIA appeal, Angie Gleason.
I'm presenting on the Freedom of Information Act appeal as the district's attorney was unexpectedly unable to attend tonight's meeting. On November 14th, 2025, Ms. Lori Gardner filed an appeal on the denial of one of her FOIA requests. This particular request was for a copy of a threat assessment conducted by Marine City High School administration staff in March of 2024. On the advice of legal counsel, the district's FOIA coordinator denied the request as the release of records pertaining to students known to the requester would provide information protected by FERPA, regardless of name redaction or, when redacted, would make the records meaningless. Under Board Policy 3501, the board has the option of taking one of the following actions in regards to this appeal request. Reverse the denial. Number 2, issue written notice upholding the denial. The third option, reverse the denial in part and issue written notice upholding the denial in part, or issue written notice extending the time for the response by not more than 10 business days. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next item is recognition of persons wishing to address the board. This portion of the agenda is for citizens to address any questions, comments to the board. The board will listen, take comments and questions under advisement and will not respond at this time. The presiding officer will refer the questions to the superintendent for research and response. Do we have any people? Okay, the next item on the agenda is closed session. Recommended action pursuant to 81B of the Open Meetings Act, Act 267 of 1976, and upon the request of the student's parents, I move the Board of Education to go into closed session for the purpose of conducting a hearing to consider the discipline of a student.
So moved.
Any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
The preceding program was produced by CTV Community Television. CTV Community Television is supported by the cities of Marine City and St. Clair, East China Township, Cotterville Township, and the East China School District.